Okay, so let's talk about the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard. And for those of you who don't know, I actually do have this card. I displayed it in my What's in My Wallet video, which I would link up here if you want to check that out. But we're going to talk about how to get it, what it offers, the pros and cons, and who is this card for. So let's get into it. And for those of you who don't know the benefit of a business credit card versus a personal credit card, basically with a business credit card, you can max it out, which I'm not advising you do. Please don't max it out. But if you were to max it out, it does not affect your personal credit score. And that's why a lot of people utilize business credit cards, because most businesses need a lot of capital or they need inventory to make the money right back to pay their balances off in full. So that's the difference between having a business credit card versus using your personal credit card. Because let's say you did max your personal credit card out to get inventory for your business, it would then affect your overall utilization, which then will drop your credit score. But if you did the same thing with a business card, it would not affect your credit score. But what will affect your credit score if you do not pay the payments that are due. So if you can't pay the actual balance off with your actual business, that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for your minimum balances. So if you don't pay those minimum balances, it will then affect your personal credit score. So just make sure you still pay those off in full. I mean, it's not as urgent as your personal credit score, but still don't ignore it. Make sure you do what you got to do to pay for your business balances. In order to be eligible to get the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard is actually pretty straightforward. All you have to do is have a PayPal business account. You have to be in business for at least 1 year, and you also have to make an annual revenue with that business of $5,000, and that will make you eligible to be able to apply for the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard. But before you do that, make sure your personal credit is in place, and you're probably wondering why. Although you are going for a business credit card, they still pull your personal credit, the owner, or if you have a partner, y'all both will have to apply. And both of your credits, you're going to want them to be in place, at least a 670. With the 670 credit score, you will have the highest eyes of approval. And the short answer why they need your personal credit score, because in the case of the business not being able to pay back its balances, they will come after you, the business owner. So make sure your credit is in place and make sure you have the money to pay the balances, or you have a business strategy to make the money to pay the balances back. But on the bright side, PayPal does not do a hard pull as far as this card go. So they are saying they only will do a soft pull on your credit, which means it will not affect it if you try to go for the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard. But you will get a hard inquiry if you do decide to take the offer. The PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard is pretty straightforward with its offerings. If you buy anything off PayPal, that's 3% cashback. So for those people who love using PayPal to finish out their transaction, this card will work really well for your business. And if you're not buying from PayPal, you get 2% cashback. And if you know me at all, I love cashback. And as far as the cashback aspect, it is pretty great for a business card, especially. The card has no annual fees, and it also has fraud protection and 2-year extended warranty on purchases, cell phone protection, and identity theft protection as well. I would say from my experience with the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard, they do honor all those things, and it is good. That is pros, but there are cons as well. And this is just a personal experience with the card. I'm sure there's probably people out there that's never had no issues with the card, but I have had fraudulent activity on my card. I reported it to customer service. It seems extremely hard to get their attention. And once you do, they don't seem to take your problem very serious. And I'm still dealing with some fraudulent charges that were placed on this card, and is a significant amount. So I want it to be fixed, and it takes an extremely long time in my experience. And comment below if you have the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard and you had a very good experience, or if you had a bad experience, if you don't mind talking about it. Put it down in the comments. Another issue I came across with the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard is whenever you make a purchase, it takes a very long time for that purchase to post. So when you pay for that actual item that you just purchased, it takes a long time for that to go through as well. So their transaction time is very slow. If you use a card like the Apple Card, whenever you make a purchase, you could pay for that purchase the next day. So it doesn't take a long time for that transaction to go through. But with the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard, it takes an extremely long time for your transactions to actually post. And that may not be a problem for most people, but I like to pay my balances off very quickly. So for those of you who do like to pay their balances off immediately, then that could be an issue, especially on the business side. With business, you got to keep it moving or you can go out of business. If you're getting any value from this video, if you can consider liking and subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. But let's get back to the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard. So who would I say this card is for? For people who like cashback, this is a great card. For people who has a business, this is a great card. For somebody who does have a lot of expenses coming in and out, this is a good card. But there are things that I would consider before going for the PayPal Business Mastercard. If you're very on top with your business expenses on an everyday basis, this card might not be for you because the transaction time takes a while and you won't be able to really know exactly where your numbers are until all your expenses post. And for some people, this may not be an issue because you have somebody overseeing your finances. As far as people like me, I oversee all my finances on the business side and personal side, regardless, even if I had an accountant, simply because I heard a lot of horror stories growing up. And I just like to make sure my numbers all add up. And if you really enjoy grade A customer service, this card might not be for you. But some people don't really have many issues with their card. So for those people who just have luck with their card and never have no issues or fraudulent transactions, then this still might be the card for you. Overall, with any credit card, you always want to be extremely responsible, regardless if it's a business credit card or if it's a personal credit card. You still want to pay your balances off in full. You still want to oversee and make sure you do your due diligence before applying for any type of card. But if you are in the market for a new credit card, personal or business, check out my link below. It helps the channel out tremendously and we would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say in any of my credit card videos, if your intentions is to max it out and pay the minimum balance, I still would not advise that for a business card. So don't even apply for it. I would say try to bootstrap it at first. Don't try to use a business credit card, because I also have a horror story with a business credit card, which I would actually put that video up here. Check that video out. And after you watch that, maybe apply for this if you're still in the market for a business credit card. Overall, the PayPal Business Cashback Mastercard, I would say, is a good card. I don't use it as much as I used to because of the transaction situation and because of the fraudulent activity that's been going on with my card lately. But other than that, I would say it is a good business credit card, especially if you like cashback. I would say it has some of the greatest cashback offers of a business credit card. So if cashback is something that you like, then this card still would be a good fit for your wallet. But with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next one.